Alright, so in the last video we were talking about social anxiety, and at some point I mentioned something about bullying, and I just wanted to talk about in this video today about past experiences with bullying and how that affected me and how that's affected you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And just ways of dealing with it. So I'm just gonna sort of tell you a little timeline of the history of sort of that bullying. So basically, as a child, I grew up in many places. I went to like about six primary schools, literally six primary schools, and I was never settled. So I was always moving about. I never felt settled anywhere I went. And the last primary school I went to was in year six. Obviously new to the area and stuff. I didn't know anyone. I don't think I wasn't bullied. I was actually, I'd say I was I wasn't popular. I was just sort of there. No one like really hated. Yeah.
You're not my guy.
Yeah, I think I was like the only. Was I the only black? No, I can't even remember right now. Sorry. I think I was like the only black child in my year, and there was one other guy in the other year because you had 2 years, two classes of the same year. So year six, you had 6B, six whatever, and then went to, because I went to like 2 or 3 schools in the area at the time. Well, I moved house twice in around the same area, and I went to about two different schools. So in year 7, on the induction day, I remember this very clear. I was actually late to my induction because of my bus driver. He didn't believe I was he didn't believe I was 10 years old, because you need an oyster at 11. So I was 10 years old at the time going for my induction.
Yeah, you were my tour.
Yeah, at the time, yeah. So I got on the bus, got there late anyway. So the induction hall, it was in the canteen actually. So I had one school at one side and then another school on the other. So I was, I'd say, popular. Well, just known. I wouldn't say popular. I was just known by quite a lot of people. So over the time, I noticed, like looking back, I got sort of bullied. Maybe not bullied, but in my eyes, it was in some sort of, it was some
abuse.
Yeah, abuse in a way. And because I was quiet as well, people like would take advantage. So yeah, there was a little ongoing joke. We went on a trip, and this boy that actually left later on in that year, me and him were like joking about, and I said something really silly, and it was a joke, and it went around the school. And then for years to come, it was like a meme, like a sort of joke. People call me like a name and stuff. Just yeah, I was just being bullied. I'd just be like very quiet. It didn't help with my anxiety and my confidence. I literally had no confidence whatsoever. I remember I was called like the M word maybe like 3 times over the course of being in school.
You know, I remember in high school people were using that word a lot. I know I could mention 2 people right now that you know, because I'm not going to.
Yeah,
of course I would. But I know 2 people that use that word on, you know, the other black dude we were chilling with.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
The first time I heard them say, I was new to this country, but the first time I heard them say, I was thinking, should I do something to these people? But then I looked. I know it's off topic, but I looked at the person the black guy they were calling the N-word to, and he seemed so normal, like he was fine with it. So by me doing something about it, because the way they were calling him, it kind of seemed like they were abusing him a little bit.
Wait, were they saying
No, like they were saying, like they would insult him, they would cuss him, right, and I'm like, effing, you know what I mean? So I looked at, so I was going to like, you know when you just get that straight reaction, now you want to just punch this person, because in high school I was savage, so remember, I'll just beat you up, right? But then someone was like, okay, now take your time and look at the person they're calling the N-word to. And he seemed so normal, he seemed fine, like it's just N-word. So I just felt okay. But I could hear a lot of people using the word that word in high school a lot of times, you know. So I could understand how you felt.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was on a regular basis for me, but I remember, I'll never forget this one time. I know this guy, I'm not going to say his name, obviously. Year 7, he called me, I think I pissed him off, and he must have went, he just like looked at me and like said the M word. I was in shock, like, this guy just actually called me that M word. And then it's weird because afterwards, I was just like, you know, you shouldn't say that, that's really bad, blah, blah, blah. And then he sort of knew he was in the wrong for saying it. And then I actually questioned him. Instead of getting really mad at him. Sorry. Instead of getting like really mad at him, I came to him and I questioned him, why did you say it? Why did you say it? This is back in year 7, like 11, 12 years old. Yeah. I said, why did you say it? Like, and he was just like, oh. And I said, did you say it because you felt it's like another word for like idiot, but for a black person? And he was like, I guess, sorry. And then he sort of comforted me and just like started being really nice to me, because obviously you could get excluded for saying racist stuff. And I was just like, oh, you little shit. But anyway, yeah. Another time in school, I'm not gonna forget this. I remember just maybe year 10 or 11 in the atrium, with these seats. I remember these 2 girls. They were talking among each other. It was weird because me being quiet at the time.
But do I know these girls?
Yeah.
Like in class with them?
Maybe they were in our year. I'm not gonna say much, but I remember I was chilling with some people, but it's like I'm not cool with everyone. I'd only talked to a few people in like that group. It was sort of mixed, but everyone's sitting down, and I heard these girls having quite a loud convo saying, "Can we say that one?"
No, just say the N word.
Okay, yeah, don't. Yeah. So I remember them saying, "Oh," they were talking about mixed race people and black people, and they were saying, "Oh, do you think mixed race people are Ners?" And they were saying it so loud, and I felt so uncomfortable, and it was just like,
why girls?
Why? Yeah, 2 girls. I was like, and I was so uncomfortable. I'm like, why are you like in my head? I'm like, why are you saying it so confidently and loud? And they were like, oh, well, I think they're all the same, you know. I think they are all Ners. Yeah, like just saying it so casual. And I'm just like, because they know I won't do anything. They just kept saying it.
Yeah. Another thing I realized in high school, right? I don't know. I used to always see it this way. You know, in the high school, it's like the jungle, where some people just want to test your weakness.
Of course, yeah.
And a lot of time I got that, where some even girls try testing how weak man is, right? But I just, you know, sometimes, right? A lot of times I didn't react, but in my mind I'm thinking that is not happening. Like I'll look at them in a way that like it's not scary. But I just let them know that this is not happening. You know what I mean? Like you're not calling. I'm not saying I was going to beat 5 people, but I just kind of let them know, because people were just poking me all the time, trying to test you. I remember there's a guy, you probably know who I'm talking. He kicked someone here. Like this guy was strong. I can't lie. This guy was really strong, but he was one of the people that always tried to test me.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about. He always, another reason why I felt like he tried it was because he wanted to fight me. Yeah. So then let's say if he went or something, right, he can actually get people to start calling me names, and people will start reacting, and he'll be a bit more bigger. Yeah. But I just felt like, okay, first of all, I'm not going to fight with you, but I'm not going to let you bully me.
But that person was low key. I'm pretty sure he had a problem, like an anger issue or something. That's another thing. That doesn't give you the excuse, but I think leading on to what you said, I think that guy, if it's the same person, I remember like back in year 10 or 11 in one of the classes when I actually ended up having a fight with someone because they were throwing stuff at me while working. That guy was sitting next to this guy, and I ended up having a fight with him at the end of school. People would just like throw stuff, say names, just constant name calling, especially if you were like if you had acne. Everyone, if you weren't really popular, you'd be called a spotty little neek all the time.
That's mad. That did not from me. I don't know how you did not tell us this. I mean,
it was known. It was a known thing.
I did not know about this.
Yeah, but why am I gonna? At the time, it's like, why am I gonna go? Oh, they called me a sporty little.
No. Obviously, I'm not saying that, but at least you knew that you had friends that you could turn to, like, yo, these people are doing that. You know what I mean? At that time, I would just go up to you. I'll go up to anyone like, why are you calling him like that? You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, back then we weren't like that. I don't think we were sort of like that. It was just different. I just felt like no one listened to me at the time. I wasn't.
Right, I'm not listening to you. But I don't know. Fam, I'm just quite surprised I didn't know about all this, you know. Because I know that you were doing your own thing in high school. Well, I was doing my own thing. But at the same time, when we were all in class, innit? So I just felt like, if anything, you could have told us.
Well, I don't know. I just felt hopeless throughout school. You know, it was so bad and numbing that I considered moving school, but I just didn't because I felt so hopeless in life at the time. It's really bad. I never thought of suicide ever. Never. Just nothing. That never crossed my mind.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if they try to add violence to it, then maybe they'll try to, you know.
Are you saying if I was like attacked and stuff?
Yeah, you know, some people
Possibly. I wasn't, but like I remember. Yeah. People would just pick on me. I remember there was a few people who like tried to fight me in like the playground.
It's crazy.
A number of times. Yeah, it was actually really bad ones. I remember this short guy. It was a bit weird because I was like cool with him. Then he sort of didn't like me, and then back and forth. I remember once he was on the bus like trying to bully me.
Do I know who?
Sure, I'll tell. We're gonna tell. I'll
That
tell you after.
he was funny a little bit. I saw like.
Yeah.
I think I know who
he
you're
was
talking
quite
about.
short, and he tried to.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I remember him one time tried to have a go at you one time, like in a jokey way, but it was a bit. He was rude. I know who you're talking about.
Maybe, yeah.
I was laughing at looking down. If we are talking about the same person,
Yeah.
one time he was making fun of you, and I was even laughing, but I thought it was a joke at that time.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, there was a lot of I remember being in the class once in geography. I think it was geography, I don't know. And there was this girl. Yeah, I see her like every couple of months or so in like about like.
But now,
Yeah, she was quite a violent girl, to be honest. And I remember she made me so uncomfortable. I sat like across her, and she was like, "Oh, you got a fat nose." It's just like, you know, when I'm thinking back, I'm like, oh, I feel really sorry for myself. Like,
nah, man.